Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Right, we're going to talk about a little conversion story. Really good. I want to share with everybody. So, yeah, let's begin. Let's do it.
Many pastors these days have reached a breaking point with the beliefs they once held dear. They've given up lying to their congregation and finally turning towards Islam.
I don't think it's about their breaking point about lying. I think it's them actually sitting down and really studying what they're supposed to believe. I think a lot of them never actually have done that. They're just gone to some type of schooling. It just tells them what to do, especially we have so many denominations. Not doing any actually hard inquiries between textual criticism, the roots where it came from on it. They're just the only thing they study is the dogma of what their quote their church believes.
Allahu Akbar. For over a decade, Robert Moreland preached Christianity to his congregation in New York. He didn't just find himself in that position by chance. Rather, he diligently built his own congregation from scratch with 8 branches in and outside New York.
We have since have taken shots.
He's also he's got a very touching backstory. I think everybody should follow the show. He was actually involved in Voodoo and many things on there. So his story is very touching, very inspiring. So I think everybody should absolutely watch that interview.
Shahada. I have led over 12 other pastors into Islam. So we're going to see more testimonies come.
Things were going well, the congregation was growing, and money was coming in, until one day, he finally submitted to his internal battles with the lies and discrepancies he was forced to believe and teach. The people he took as religious leaders couldn't provide a coherent answer to some of his existential questions. Then the day came when he shut everything down and left Christianity for good.
And for some reason, I just felt this is not it. And I started questioning things regarding the Trinity and different religion, and just wasn't making any sense to me. I couldn't understand a person who went to theology school, matriculated in the highest of Christianity, being a bishop, a so-called a prophet, an apostle, just couldn't have answers, and closed the church down.
Yeah, there's no. So it's lacking a lot of answers. It's almost like it's incomplete. Or I'm not saying that Injil it's not it got come from God. I believe Prophet Isa came with a message in Injil, but it wasn't a complete for everybody. He came in for a specific reason to do something very specific, which is why you can't find answers to so many things on there because they're not answers to questions that are meant for us. And he came for 2 things, and he's actually going to come back again to finish what he started as well.
Folded.
All 8 locations?
All 8 locations. Folded.
Wow.
Folded.
Unfortunately, his journey and quest for truth put him in further confusion, but in the end, he found Islam, along with 12 other pastors who were his colleagues while he was in the church. Yes, 12 pastors are now Muslims because one of them found the truth and decided to bring the light he had found. But Robert's story isn't that straightforward. After he left the church, he delved into voodoo, idol, and jinn worshipping. In his quest for the truth, he moved farther from it. Robert became so immersed in voodoo practice that he became a priest in it he would consult or intercede for people and make some money in the process. His spiritual business was booming and life was good. To him,
And he mentions how, especially a lot of people in Hollywood and entertainment industry, were his biggest customers on there. So you see, that's just all those industries, entertainment and Hollywood and everything. They're really, really deep into all kinds of pagan worship and a lot of kafir. So it's definitely, I'm just, alhamdulillah, just so happy that I keep steering away more and more and more away from all of that, because it's a very dark hole that they get into.
he had found his truth, and it came with some money too. Who says you can't have it all? Well, until it all disappeared, like a smoke screen that it all was.
And in fact, I worked with JINN.
So you were working with the jinn.
Correct.
Now, did you know at the time you were working at the jinn? What, you didn't call him jinn? What were you calling?
Yeah, we just called
What
him-
did you identify the jinn and at that time?
Oh, JINN's okay. Again, there's two different practices I did. Palo Mayambe, we would call it the Egungun, or the dead spirits. And so I knew I was working with a diabolical spirit. And so if you want to get your bidding done, give the spirit what it wants and it will do what it wants for you. But of course, there's nothing for free. And so you trade off a little bit, maybe a couple of years of your life. You trade off a couple of different things to get these things to happen.
First, he lost his adopted daughter to cancer after his voodoo had promised she would be healed if she became a priestess. That was eye opening, but it wasn't enough. Then he felt seriously sick. The powerful voodoo priest who was healing other people could not heal himself.
And that is to know that what Allah wills, He wills. Anything He did, whatever He thought He did, whatever He thought the jinns did, it was all done by the will of Allah. What He wills, He allows. What He doesn't, He doesn't. He did not will for his adopted daughter or himself to be healed, so it was just not going to happen. Period. No matter how strong or quote how strong the jinns are on it, what Allah deems to be done will be done, regardless of what the universe wants to do.
Ironic. While his health deteriorated in the ICU, he tried all his tricks and performed multiple sacrifices to no avail. His health condition, sepsis, was projected to become fatal in 2 weeks. He basically had just 2 weeks to live. Then, on scrolling through TikTok, he came across a video where a Muslimah TikToker talked about tahajjud.
I remember watching two TikTokers, Maliki Click and Amina Roche. And Amina Roche talked about something called tahajjud. I called it tajahun. I didn't know how to pronounce it. So tahajjud.
Tahajjud, yes. The night prayer. That's the night prayer.
That's the night
Yes.
prayer.
Seeing that everything else had failed,
And that's so important. It just shows that, yeah, a lot of this social media applications are just full of haram things on there. But if you have Muslim invade those with messages of Allah, of the one message, we don't actually have to sit down and watch it, but we could make the content to bring people to Islam, bring people into the light, to tell them about the Prophet, about the Sunnah, about the Quran, you know. So yeah, it can be used for good. It takes willpower, it takes courage, and it takes knowing that it's not for us to just be scrolling and deadly in there. Put content in there, show something good, positive. Tell them about the Hadith, the Sunnah, Quran, but just don't spend hours on it looking at haram and garbage content.
he decided to give it a try. And after 3 days of consistent tahajjud, he gradually regained his health. Soon, he was discharged from the hospital. On his way home, he joined a TikTok live chat from popular Muslim TikToker Maliki Click and took his shahada.
Get your phone. go to TikTok. Maliki Click was on TikTok. And I've never in any TikTok history have ever requested to go on someone's live. I said, can you give me Shahada? And he gave me Shahada. That was on June 26, 2023.
So that was just recently.
That was recently, yes.
Yeah.
Since then,
And Maliki Click, may Allah reward him for everything he's done. He's been through so much. His family has abandoned him because he took Shahada because he wishes to. He embraced Islam. So make dua for him. May Allah reward him, and may he be. May he stay in the straight path, and may one day, we'll join him in Jannah.
he has taken time to study Islam, got the required knowledge, and when he was convinced he has found the one true path, he started convincing his friends and former colleagues to join him in the light. Today, 12 former Christian pastors are now Muslims through Brother Robert, now called Rob.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful, touching story. It just shows the power of Islam, power of knowing the truth. May Allah reward him for his effort and heal him his past and everything he's gone through. But yeah, this is the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you guys think. And until next time, peace.